yesterday was Thanksgiving. Today, we're gonna jump right to Christmas. In this video, I'm gonna give one of these away. Alright friends, so today we're doing the Cookbook Collab hosted by Tamara over at Southern Wife Everyday Life. I done this months ago and planned to do it every single month since. And if you're from around here, you know that I have not done it. So we're going to jump back into that today. Better late than never. Like I did mention, this is part of Tamara's Cookbook Collab. She hosts it every month of 2022. I think she done it last year as well. And typically it's the last Friday of every month, but with next Friday being the day after Thanksgiving, she decided to go ahead and do this the week prior to that so that more people could enjoy that. But we're just gonna pretend that Thanksgiving is over because we had Friendsgiving yesterday, and we're gonna jump right into Christmas. I got this, oh well, before I get there, make sure that you go over and support Tamara. This collabs are a lot of work and she does this every single month, so make sure you go over and support her as well as all the other girls in the collab. The playlist will be linked down below. Make sure that you go support all of the girls, even if you just play through the playlist. Just turn it on, go about your day, especially with it being the Christmas and holiday season. Small YouTubers, any YouTubers really, you know, it helps, it goes a long way when people support our channel, so watch our videos, watch the ads, all of that good stuff. So just go over and start the playlist and just, I don't know, enjoy it. Go about your day, whatever, but it is greatly appreciated. My video today, I'm going to do, I think, 2 recipes. I think we're going to do dinner and dessert out of this Christmas movie cookbook. I ordered this off of Amazon. I don't really know what I'm doing, but we're going to figure it out. But in this video, we're going to, I'll probably cook out of this possibly through December. I haven't fully decided what I'm going to do December, but I know that my Vlogmas will be food inspired. All of it will be. But we're going to do the old-fashioned meatloaf here that is inspired by the Christmas story. And then on the side here, it has little inserts of what movie it's about. And this says, sitting down to a family meal of meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and red cabbage, Ralphie's mother coaxes brother Randy into devouring dinner by pretending to be a pig and eating face down without utensils. Yes, and I also think we're going to make some red velvet cupcakes because I seen them in here and they looked delicious. And I think I have everything to make them. We'll check because it was a last minute thing when I was marking some more recipes this morning. So we might do that as well, as long as we have everything, which the only thing I'm not sure about would be cream cheese because of where we did do so much baking. But I've talked enough. We're gonna go ahead and just jump straight into the videos. Thanks again, Tamara, for doing this collab. I'm excited to finally be part of it again. Now let's get to cooking. And also, I know I'm gonna have at least one friend that wants to see my shirt because it always happens and I usually don't remember. But it's just got a chicken wound in Christmas lights and it says, "It's fine, I'm fine, everything is fine." But I used to say it all the time, and I don't know, I seen this at Lowe's. Yes, I said that right. I got it at Lowe's. Yesterday we ordered some paint, and so we was just strolling around waiting on it to get made. And they had a section of Christmas shirts out for $10 a piece. And so I got this one, and then I had a regret of not buying a couple of the other ones. So I might go back and get those if they have one, but $10 a piece. And I mean, it's got a chicken on it. So I was sold. It was a hard choice if I wanted to wear my Christmas apron or my chicken apron, since I got both going on. But we decided to go with the Christmas, since I can wear the chicken one all year round because it's not holiday oriented. I mean, technically I can wear this one too if I wanted to, but you know what I mean. Alright, we're going to start with the cupcakes. That way they are going, we can have them baking while we're making the meatloaf, and then we can, you know, they can be cooling and such. But we're going to go ahead and start with them. I think I'm only going to do, I don't know, makes 2 dozen. I'm going to make a cake because I can't find any cupcake liners, and I know I have some, but I can't find any. So I'm just going to make a cake, I guess. I really wanted to make cupcakes. Yeah, I don't have any cupcake liners other than I got Halloween ones, and I don't want to use those. So we're just going to make a cake. It'll be okay. It's going to be fine. So I don't have buttermilk either. we're just going to like substitute that by adding some cream of tartar into it. You can substitute buttermilk with that or vinegar. Also don't have no vinegar, no white vinegar, so we're gonna go that route. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. We have the oven preheating already. Again, I'm not gonna use butter. I got this butter flavored Crisco that I've heard many people talk about, and I figured we would give it a go with this recipe, so that's what we're gonna do. First time ever using it. Well, it looks like butter. That's weird. But I bought this because of, I seen a biscuit recipe that uses it. But we're gonna put it in here instead. And it says on the package it can be used instead of, in place of butter and margarine. So that's what we're doing. Beat the butter, sugar together. How much sugar do we need? What are we mixing? Eggs, vanilla, and food coloring. Now, for all the health food nuts, especially the people, and I don't use the word nut in a bad way. I'm actually a little envious, but you're supposed to add one 1 ounce bottle of red food coloring. Well, that's a lot, y'all, but I'm just gonna add about that much. Definitely not a whole bottle. And that's not because I'm a health nut. I mean, well, I'm not. But I'm afraid it's gonna make it taste bad. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Supposed to add the milk in yet? Where does the milk go? Okay, it's fine. So now what we're gonna do is add in the dry ingredients. So we need 2.5 cups of flour. I'm not using real buttermilk. I'm going to substitute it with just regular milk and cream of tartar. It says that the cream of tartar don't like to mix with wet ingredients, so it's easier just to mix it into the flour mixture and then put your milk in. So that's what we're gonna do. Plus that saves me a step, so I'm all about that as well. I think it's 1 cup per 1 cup of milk is 1 3/3 cream of tartar. So that's ish what we did, because we didn't measure anything. Well, we measured the flour. We sort of measured that. We didn't get it exact. That's the word I'm looking for. And we need baking soda. Yep, that's the one I got. 1 teaspoon of that. Did I just use it or no? Okay. And then cocoa. How much cocoa? 2 tablespoons of cocoa. This is what gives it the more rich color. John argues with me all the time that red velvet is not chocolate. I need to show him this recipe because that's proof that it is. He probably still wouldn't believe it. And we need sea salt, but I don't got that, so we're going to use pink salt. And just eyeball it. And then now we need the 1 cup of milk. You're actually supposed to alternate adding these in, but y'all know I always skip steps. we're gonna start with this. Gonna read over, make sure we didn't forget nothing. Alright, now we're gonna go in with the mixer. Looks pretty good. I don't think I've ever made a homemade red velvet cake, so I'm excited about this. Alright, we got our pans here. Got them greased up. Smells good. Surprisingly smells really rich and chocolatey, even though we didn't really, what was it, 2 tablespoons of cocoa? But cocoa can go a long way, so maybe that's why. This is a thick batter. I've done it how it's supposed to. The only thing missing was the 1 tablespoon of vinegar, but I even thought about putting some chocolate chips in it, but I'm trying to be more of a stick with the recipe, at least halfway kind of person. So we're gonna skip that for now. This one's got a little bit more than this one, which it's fine. It don't gotta be perfect. Alright, get these in the oven, get it cleaned up in here, and then we're gonna go on to the meatloaf. Alright, so we're moving on to the meatloaf. This recipe calls for what is it? A small onion chopped finely and a zucchini chopped finely. I'm going to use my little handy dandy chopper grater thing. I got this off of Amazon. Just recently purchased this because I've seen a few different content creators here on YouTube and on TikTok use it, and I am obsessed with it. It is amazing. So I'll link it down below. Well, it's in my storefront, but I will link it specifically down there if I can remember. If not, it is already in my storefront, I'm pretty sure. So, but it is super great. Better get my zucchini ready. Figured we'd move you so you can see the show better. So this, you can lock it and it will suctions onto any non-porous thing. Does it say how much I need of this? Hello, where are you at? No, it just says 1 zucchini. My bowl's too big. Let me get a different bowl. And then you got this little doodad here that you put in the right way. Smooth like butter. Perfect. It's fun too, if you're into stuff like this. This is 33. Onion didn't work as good. Yeah, there it is. I was gonna say it didn't work as good, but we found it. All right, I am gonna chop it up a little bit more just because that's pretty big chunks right there. But I love this thing. Alright, so in this pan over here, we're going to get a tablespoon of butter melting. And while that is going on, now you could just leave it like this if you had one of those little chopper things, but I still think this is going to be a little bit too big for my family, which most of my family won't eat this, but I really wanted it. It sounds delicious to me because I love meatloaf, but the girls won't touch this. And I should have got a bigger knife, but this one was already dirty, so. And it won't take this long to saute up because it is super thin. The onions are almost non-existent, but they're in there. A lot of them was still stuck on the inside, and I just took a spoon and pulled them out. But I don't really like big chunks of onions unless it's caramelized onions on like a burger or something. So, this is good enough. And then we're gonna do, well, it done it itself, but a little bit of that garlic, because you're supposed to mince some up, but I've already got the minced, so I keep that on hand typically. We're not huge garlic fans, unless it's garlic powder. We're just gonna give this a little stir here and just let this saute for a few minutes. All right, y'all, so I also had to stir in the seasonings into the vegetable mixture, and I didn't know that, but I done that. Now we're going to take some of this French bread. You're supposed to use like a whole wheat or sourdough bread, but I just thought that we'd just use this. So that's what we're gonna do. You need it, what is it? Cubed up, and you need like 2 cups of it lightly packed. So we're gonna do that. Just kind of cube it up here. I've never put bread into meatloaf. I've always put breadcrumbs and crackers. Crackers is what my family used to always do, but since I got out on my own, I just always done breadcrumbs. So this is, you know, it's different. But those vegetables smell delicious, even though it's just a simple little vegetable mix. But it smells really good. Okay, I think we're gonna pull these off of the heat. Yeah, it smells really good. Like, the onions are so fine you can't even see them, but you can definitely smell them right now. It smells delicious. I'm hungry, in case you couldn't tell. Which, what's new, right? No comment. So. So into our little bread mixture here. I don't know why I said mixture, because it's only bread. We have to add a ½ cup of whole milk. I'm not giving you the whole recipe because, you know, that's rude. It's not my recipe to give, and it's not free on the internet. We're just going to mix this up. You're supposed to set it aside for a few minutes to let the bread soak up all of the milk, which I should have done that before I done the veggies, but it's fine. Does not look appetizing now. All right. So now we're going to prepare the meat mixture. I was going to go up and get me some gloves, but I decided against it, so we'll just go in with our hands. See if this is going in now. Yep. And there will be a few things that we're just leaving out for personal preferences, like mustard. It's not really our thing. I would be fine with it. I mean, I don't even own it, but I would be fine with adding it. I don't hate mustard, but the family is not. Which I don't know if they would eat it in a recipe, if they would like hate that or not. I don't know. It's not a conversation we've had. Alright, that's not lovely. So we just got that all mixed together. Now we add in, you're supposed to add in the vegetable mixture to the bread mixture. We're not going to do it that way. We're going to add in the vegetables. I use this because I would rather. Alright, and now we're going to add in the bread. I'm going to have to just dive in, I think, with my hands. Let me get the pan prepared first. Alright. It smells amazing, which is weird to say about raw meat, I guess, but it's just the vegetables and the seasoning. That looks like a lot of bread. We're trusting the process. Alright. Is that good enough? Don't look good enough to me, but... we're just gonna kind of flatten it out here a little bit because I think that my family would prefer it that way. John's not the biggest fan of meatloaf, but I've really been wanting this, and he's not one to complain. So he's getting meatloaf. You never know, he might love it. Right? You never know. He might. We're at the home stretch with the cakes. I think. Once they come out, we can put it in. I'll just use it. But we gotta make our topping for our meatloaf. So that's what we're gonna do. We need, let me check these cakes. Alright, we need 1/3 cup sugar. Whatever. We needed a much smaller bowl, but here we are. And how much brown sugar? 1 tablespoon, and that's it? Yeah, I really overdid it with this bowl size, but it's fine. You just mix this together and then you slap it on top. chunk of sugar, and I don't want it.
Flaky layer biscuits. You all know, if you're here, you know I'm gluten free and I can't have wheat. And my husband's like, I got you the biscuits without the buttermilk in them. I said, me? What do you need for me? He said, well, you can have, you can.
Alright friends, so now we're going to move on to make the buttercream, and then we will be done with the cake. I'm going to finish this up and then get started on the sides for the meatloaf. It smells amazing. It might taste pretty good because I've already tried it. Okay, you can judge me if you want, it's fine. But it tastes really good. Me personally, I mean, I just had aside the little edge piece, a little thin one. So maybe my opinion will change once I get a big chunk of it. But in my opinion, I think it had too much bread. It did help give it a good flavor and made it nice and moist, but I think it was just a little bit too much. So I might, if I make it again, which I probably will, but if I make it again, I'm not going to do nearly as much bread in the recipe. But yeah, that's just my little 2 cents here. Now, heavy whipping cream is not in the recipe, but I do not regret adding it because I think it made it light and fluffy and delicious. Alright friends, and with that, that's going to be it for this video. The meatloaf was pretty good. There's a couple of things I would change. Next time I will not put the big chunks of as much of the bread as I did. I didn't like the texture that it gave it in those areas, and I will leave out the Italian seasoning because none of us really cared for that. We could taste that really strongly. We're really picky about seasonings for the most part, so we did not like that. We'll just stick with onion powder and garlic powder next time. But all in all, it was pretty good. The cake was really good as well. So this meal completely was a hit. You will see, or did see, I'm not sure where we're at in the video, but you will see that I went ahead and done the typical Christmas Story meal that they actually served on the show with mashed potatoes and cabbage. They had red cabbage, but close enough. Potato. But that is going to be it for this video. Make sure that you enter the giveaway. Make sure that you go over and watch all the videos. And as always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Until next time. Bye, guys. All right. What did you think of dinner?
Good.
Good. Do you like the meatloaf?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you want it again? No. Why you look so uncomfortable?
Huh? True that.